This segment of Healthy Living is brought to you by Radisson Fort George Hotel and Marina. Yes, I can.
Eating right is important for everyone, but if you're living with diabetes, it is crucial that a healthy, balanced diet is integrated into your everyday routine. In fact, while medication and exercise will help in maintaining proper sugar levels, the control starts with your diet. According to clinical nutritionist at Belize Healthcare Partners Doris Sutherland, they see diabetic patients all too often with unregulated sugar.
Okay, when it comes to seeing patients with diabetes, we see them almost on a daily basis, either here in the clinic or in the general wards. Okay, most of the patients that come here have very high levels of blood sugar. Patients that have never controlled their sugar despite living with this disease for over 10 years.
When your body can't make or properly produce insulin, it is the foods that you eat that will help to keep you in the proper blood sugar range for your body. Despite common misconceptions of cutting out food groups altogether, Doris advises that the right types of food and proper eating schedule will keep you on track.
The body does need glucose, okay, but we need to have them consume the right amount and the right type of glucose, okay. What happens in the body in a patient with diabetes is that when they eat carbohydrates, okay, these tend to digest and then they get absorbed by different organs in the body. So in a patient with diabetes, sometimes they consume large amounts of carbohydrates or unhealthy carbohydrates that the amount of sugar that the body produces at the end is too much that the muscles can hold, that the liver can hold. So the excess goes directly into the bloodstream, leading to high blood sugar. The biggest mistake when it comes to diet is not only seeing that they're not consuming the right amount of carbohydrates, but also realizing that the time of the day that they're consuming these meals, and then most of them tend to not eat regularly at the same time, or they tend to skip meals, and during this time the sugar goes very low, and when they finally get to have a meal, the sugar goes very high. They do also need to consume certain amount of fats, okay, but not too much fat, because it's also been shown that consuming too much oily foods or too much foods that have a lot of unhealthy fats can also lead to high blood sugar levels. Okay, since it affects the liver, and the liver is where the insulin needs to be produced. Okay, so we also have to moderate the amount of oils.
Other than stabilizing your meal times, portion size, and balancing nutrients, you can use some supplements, provided that you are aware of what it contains, like sugar and calories.
The glucerna has been proven to help the patient lose weight, okay, which is also a big step to helping regulate the blood sugar. However, we try to avoid the patient from abusing of the use of the glucerna, because other than it helping to lose weight, it still has a large amount of calories. So what we would do then is we try to use it as a meal replacement, or even as a replacement for dairy. Okay, since cow's milk still has some sugar, even though it's light. Okay, we try to use the glucerna as a replacement for dairy.
What about sugar intake? Some mistakes diabetics make is relying too much on sugar substitutes and even natural sugars.
One of the things we need to eliminate is the consumption of sugar foods, and not only foods that have sugar, but also substitute sugars. Okay, even those substitute sugars have shown to increase blood sugar levels, okay, since they alter the taste. When we have, let's say, something made out of Splenda, okay, it alters the taste in our mouth, so it confuses the brain and it tends to have us eat more. Okay, so other than natural sugar, we want to avoid substitute sugars. When it comes to fruit, the patient would normally have to have 1 to 2 servings for the entire day, preferably in a snack and not along with a meal that already has carbs. Okay, because then we'll just be adding on more sugar to the diet. Okay, very sweet fruits would be watermelon, mangoes, grapes, banana. Okay, those would be the ones that we try to stay away from the most.
Or have small portions?
Or have a smaller portions. But for some patients, not even smaller portions can help.
Sutherland noted that diabetes is the #1 reason for kidney failure, amputations, and neuropathy, which is why she encourages all diabetics to adopt a healthy eating plan and pattern to properly regulate their blood sugars.
This segment of Healthy Living was brought to you by Radisson Fort George Hotel and Marina. Yes, I can.